Welcome to Earthy Goddess Mumma. It is the 29th of May 2018 and I'm here today for a very special daily energy reading. It is the full moon in Sagittarius. Actually, for us, the full moon is not till 21 minutes past midnight tomorrow, the 30th. But I really wanted to do this reading today. I'm feeling the energies very strongly already. Sagittarius is my ascendant. And Neptune's right on the ascendant for me too, so it's very, very strong energies because there's lots of trines, lots of harmonious trines. There is such a positive, optimistic energy surrounding this full moon in Sagittarius. So firstly, I want to thank you all for viewing my readings. I'm so grateful for this little community that seems to be growing, and just for the energy people put in to comments. And yeah, I'm just truly grateful to be here doing this. This is my expression of my Sag rising, really. This is something I love to do, because Sagittarius is about, finding your own truth, like living what you want to live regardless of what anyone else is doing. It's firing your arrow and following. It's the archer. Saggy is a half horse, half man. So it's a centaur and it's the archer. So it's about moving forward, getting unstuck, doing what's true for you. It doesn't mean it needs to fit with anyone else's ideal of what the world should be. If it's your truth, then you're living your Saggy energy. And this full moon, I have a little bit of an offer going. You've got a chance still now today to subscribe to my channel, like my Facebook page, Earthy Goddess Mumma, or follow me on Instagram, and you go into the draw to win a private reading with me, which I'm going to draw at 21 minutes past 12, and I will put, you'll need to go to my Facebook page to find out who's won, or my Insta. I'll put the details on there. Yeah, and I will also announce it tomorrow on the daily reading. So let's begin. Sagittarius. The card in the tarot for Sagittarius is the Temperance. So yeah. So it's about finding balance, heart, head, harmony, moderation will create balance. A need for cooperating within yourself, like finding that inner truth, go deep within you to find that balance between mind, heart. Using is the difference between intellectual knowledge and philosophical, spiritual knowledge. It's melding the two and finding your own truth in that. It's kind of mystical. It's kind of, there's such a high energy with Sag. There's a high vibration with, I think it's just the radiating fiery energy of the Sag that, makes manifest in the outer personality for people that have a strong Sagittarius in their chart. So we have, obviously, Sagittarius is opposite Gemini on the axis. So, and the sun, having the sun in Gemini is light, it's optimistic, it's communicative. Mercury rules Gemini, and Mercury is the planet of communication. So, it's optimistic, interested in new things, as is Sag, open-minded, likes receiving information, and it's just the ability to be articulate with your truth, expressing your truth. Sag can be quite hard-hitting though, if you've got a truth, like if you're in a stuck relationship where you just don't want to be there anymore, Sag might just pull the rug under it and just blurt out, I'm not in love with you anymore, I'm out of here. Or in a job, just going to the boss and saying, I quit, I just don't like working here, I'm gone. And this energy that's going to last a little while, it's all about getting yourself unstuck by getting to the heart of what your truth is, breaking through all barriers that you've created, that are self-created. We've had some pretty intense full moons. I've written so many notes, and of course I'm not looking at any of them at the moment because it's just, the information is just flowing through. So I don't know if I'm going to touch on anything that I've written down. I just spent ages writing lots of notes and doing research because I've only just dabbled in, I've just started on astrology and I love it. But most of my astrology seems to be quite intuitive. Like I do a little bit of research, but when I go to read my notes on these readings, yeah, I guess, yeah, it just flows through. So 8 degrees in Sagittarius is this full moon. 8 degrees is all about power. Your own inner fire, your solar plexus energy, your individuality, your authenticity, what makes you an individual. What's your truth? Today is all about owning it, being who you are, the whole of who you are. You've integrated, you've blended all of oneself, and that's what the Temperance card is in the tarot. You've blended every aspect of yourself. You've illuminated your shadow with the full moon in Scorpio. You might not have wanted to, but you know, you've gone deep. Like I really found my inner fire. I have Mars in Pisces, which can mean that I'm a bit of a wuss, that I'll be passive rather than creating conflict. But I've actually sat with that, and I've understand that there is a benefit in having an inner bitch. Sorry about my language. There is a power in empowering yourself with that fire to stand up to people at the right times in your life. You don't need to be horrible, mean. It's the intention behind your words, but you also need to honor yourself and put yourself first. That is what Sagittarius is all about. Putting yourself first. If you're not getting respected by those around you, whether in a job or a relationship, you cut them out, no problems. And that leaves you with a sense of freedom, a sense of liberation, a sense of, I'm cool on my own. Sag is independent. Sag loves freedom. Freedom to be yourself fully, regardless of how anyone views you. That's their stuff anyway, whatever. We're all on our own individual paths. This is not ego-based though. This is honoring and loving yourself deeply so you can be the essence of who you are. You've blended all of those aspects of yourself. Maybe your shadow was projecting on you from those around you, and you've realized that, wow, that's actually a part of me. But in honoring that that's a part of you, you don't have to keep those people in your life if they are still living those patterns. You can cut them out. We need to, in honoring the whole of who we are, is loving ourselves unconditionally and compassionately. It's like, yeah, I can have those bitchy thoughts, but like I can laugh at them now and go, oh my gosh, there we go, and love myself. And it's over, it's gone. We are not perfect, not a single one of us. Not a single one of us. We are all beautifully flawed humans. And that is perfect. But first we need to own that stuff that we have pushed down deep, that gets made manifest in our pain body, where we've got sore backs or chronic this or chronic that. We need to respect ourselves first. To unconditionally love ourselves is to honor ourselves, and honor ourselves with good sleep, good food, fresh air. I know we can't all get there straight away, but all of us, every single one of us, can find one thing to do on this full moon of Sagittarius that shows ourselves that we honor ourselves, and that in honoring ourselves, we create this different energy about us. And with this new higher vibration, we can break free of anything that's kept us stuck, that's kept us locked in this stagnation of a relationship that squished us down, that made us passive. We've healed, we've gone deep with these Scorpio full moon. Like that's, you know, that was the polarity between my Taurus sun, and it's always a really strong full moon for myself, because the sun was also in Taurus, and it was just a time of deep sitting with yourself and the uncomfort of, oh wow, that's an aspect of me. But then in sitting with the shock of that and like, whoa, the uncomfort of that, the pain of that, because we all want to avoid pain. We all kind of fear pain and want pleasure. It's part of being a human. But when you move through the uncomfort of that pain, you have the beauty of this energy. You're open to this energy of this full moon in Sagittarius. You're open to the freedom and liberation of sitting with that pain. Truthfully. Not intellectualizing it and coming up with all these concepts surrounding it. You've lived it. And in living through it, experiencing it, being total within it, within the pain, feeling the pain deeply, not numbing yourself out with a cigarette, a TV, like hours of one TV show on Netflix, Facebook, food, whatever. You've actually sat with the pain and you've integrated the lessons from that painful experience and you've cut it out. Whatever it was, it's no longer. This is what this full moon is all about. Cutting out, pushing away, moving forward, firing your arrow at something new, freeing up energy, stagnant energy, letting it all go, letting all of the stuff that's no longer serving you go. With such a sense of optimism. It's like, yay, oh my God, I can't believe I was carrying. Yeah, if you want to have the rainbow, you got to have the rain. Exactly. Thanks, Peter. Dolly Parton said that. Beautiful woman. Sweet. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Totally. Thank you. We've got to go through these experiences to feel into the joy on the other side. If we don't have the contrast, if we don't have those other experiences, we don't know what joy is. You know, I watch my 3-year-old son, like he's like in the throes of an emotional release, like crying and stamping his feet because something didn't go his way, or maybe it happened a day ago and he's only felt comfortable enough. Hey Joe, he's only felt comfortable enough in expressing himself and he gets it all out. I just hold space, I just stand there and I let him know when you need a cuddle, I'm here. And then afterwards, like straight away, he's in joy. Kids are not afraid of experiencing their pain, of experiencing, like fully being total with their pain, with whatever they're going through. Yay, great, Joe. I'm feeling that too. Yeah, the full moon is definitely, it's like I listened to an astrologer, my favorite. I have lots of favorites, but Gregory Scott, because he does tarot as well, and he's saying like there's a finger of God. And if you're, Joe, this finger of God is here. It's like a finger of God on the astrological chart today for today's full moon. And the finger of God is that golden light. If you believe it doesn't need to be God, the finger of the creator, spirit, universe, whatever. Just like a magic wand to give you the energy, the vitality, the clear insight, clarity to shift out of anything that's not serving you, whether it's an emotion, a relationship, a pattern, anything, a circumstance, a situation. This has happened to me. I really don't want to dive into my own personal experience, although the sense of freedom I had when I did it, but I had to really tap into something I would never usually do. Like I had to really express a truth, and it was kind of hard hitting, but I needed to do it. I was guided. I meditated on it all weekend. I left it all weekend, and then I felt I need to do this. I need to express this, and I did. And afterwards, it was just like, yay, a whole new perception of my life. I felt liberated and free. So if you're feeling these energies too, wow, embrace them. I'm gonna look at my notes for a little bit now. Yay. Yeah, so there is a little bit of a wild, uncontrollable energy associated because, you know, the center is half man, half horse. There's a chicken behind me if you hear it. She's on the chair and she's about to lay her egg. She's very good like that. She comes up and lays it on the chair so we don't have to go far to collect it. So anyway, back to that. There's a wild, uncontrollable energy associated with this. Yes, Peter, there's definitely a sense of change in the air. So combined with the intellect of Gemini, she's really loud, sorry. You can really tap into your fire, your inner goddess, your warrior, and like just fire burn through anything. Just that sense of such optimism for your future independently, regardless of your circumstances right now. You feel into your own essence, your own inner fire. And with that inner fire, you can achieve anything that you dream of. You can plant the seeds. Well, it's not planting the seeds because this is not a new moon. This is just illuminating your dreams and showing you, giving you the zap of energy to infuse into you your ability to create whatever you dream of. But it's galloping towards them, firing that arrow of the archer and just galloping towards your vision. So Sagi, I have some notes here. I have some notes here. I seek the truth. It's a mutable fire sign. I seek, therefore I am. And its ruler is Jupiter. And Jupiter's in Scorpio at the moment, so that's a very strong energy around. I think I've written here that there could be there's a grand trine. Yeah, there's a grand trine. Jupiter in Scorpio, Neptune in Pisces, and Venus in Cancer, water. So and Venus in Cancer is at 11 degrees, the master builder 11. Very powerful number in my life. I was born on the 11. It's the midheaven. So it's all to do with your work. So liberating yourself maybe from a work situation. There's new beginnings in work, dreams in work. So maybe you have this dream, you're in this job that, just pays the bills and you go every day, but you're not really that passionate about it. You're not really able to express your truth within it. So maybe there's something, you might want to continue on with this job and maybe do something on the sideline, like study towards what you love. Like it might be you want to be a herbalist or you want to be an organic farmer or anything, but you can do that on the side. Like it's just really allowing these energies for you to move forward in the direction of your dreams. So yeah, it's let me see. So I see a goal. This is the Chiron, the Chiron, the centaur, the one-pointedness of the archer. I'm just going to read this. I see a goal, I seek a goal, and I see another. Equals the path to knowledge and wisdom. The Sagittarian arrow is pointed towards the divine truth, ultimate truth. But what is ultimate truth? That is Sag's, that is what a Sag really wants to know. And I'm ascendant Sag and I just feel this all the time. What is truth? What is truth to me may be complete madness to another. That's totally fine. Love yourself and love yourself unconditionally and honoring your own truths today. No one has to agree with you. No one has to ever agree with you. It doesn't matter. So long as you're honoring yourself, yeah? So the Sagittarian arrow is pointed towards the divine. However, 3 aspects need to be integrated. So Sagittarius is all about integration. Instincts, mind, and spirit. Chiron, as co-ruler of Sag, represents the stage when we become aware of all 3 aspects of self. Animalistic tendencies, mind, and spirit. Integrating the 3. Just got all tingly. Because I really feel the absolute liberation of doing this. Yep, sometimes the truth from a Sag can be quite hard-hitting. It's not up to, if we have to express a truth to someone, it's not our responsibility how those words, yes, there is power of the spoken word and we do need to integrate minds. heart, spirit, and instinct all into how we speak. But at the same time, how anyone receives your words is really up to them. Because if someone has pain and hurt inside of them, no matter what in life pushes up against them, it's going to come out in any possible way it can. Until you've released all that deep hurt and pain within you, until you've released it, the world is going to push up against it time and time again until you realize you need to be free of it. You need to let it go. So yes, there is power of the spoken word, and there is very powerful energies with this full moon at 8 degrees. So there is so much to speak about. And yes, Sagittarius is the teacher, the learner, the explorer, wanting to travel to different cultures, experience, immerse themselves in the experience of life. Sagittarians are the type of people that can get themselves into pretty hairy situations. And yeah, I feel into this from when I was really young. I used to get myself into all sorts of situations, but I always felt like I was completely safe, that I was invincible. And I guess that comes with being young, that at the same time, yeah, there was no real sense of fearing what I was getting myself into, because I actually had such a deep knowing that whatever I was experiencing was leading me somewhere, was experience in our lives creates, no matter how painful, how pleasurable, creates who we are now. And every moment we get to choose how we express those experiences we've had in our lives. We can dwell on the painful things, or we can release all that and really feel into the moment and allow ourselves to be that full, authentic, total expression of ourselves from moment to moment to moment. There's no thinking about it. There's no getting stuck in your head. It's about truly being here right now. Nothing else matters. And we can delude ourselves and tell us that we're there, but until you've really embodied this truth, you really feel this truth, there's always more to learn in our lives. There's always more. And I love the Osho. It kept coming to me. I woke up this morning thinking of this card. I haven't pulled the card out of the deck, but it's the understanding card. There's a little bird flying free. Being quite concerned about flying free, but I really wanted to read exactly what Osho said about it. I know we're already at 23 minutes. I'm just going to allow it to be whatever it is today. I'm going to pull a few cards at the end. But it is a very, very special full moon right now, and it's important that we're gifted these things. We're gifted these energies, and if today we numb ourselves out and we switch ourselves off and we get stuck in busyness and doing, you're going to miss out on this beautiful, beautiful astrological gift. So this understanding card, it's actually the Page of Water, which could feel into the Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces trine that's going on with Jupiter, Neptune, and Venus. So there's a deep understanding here that you're out of jail, out of the cage. You can open your wings and the whole sky is yours. All the stars and the moon and the sun belong to you. You can disappear into the blueness of the beyonds. Just drop clinging to this cage. Move out of the cage and the whole sky is yours. Open your wings and fly across the sun like an eagle. In the inner sky and the inner world, freedom is the highest value. Everything else is secondary, even blissfulness and ecstasy. There are thousands of flowers, unaccountable, but all become possible in the climate of freedom. And this full moon is the climate of freedom and liberation. The bird pictured in the card is looking out from what it seems like a cage. I don't know if you can see it very well. I don't know what the picture's like today. There's no door. Actually, the bars are disappearing. The bars are an illusion. And this small bird is being summoned by the grace and freedom and encouragement of others. It is spreading its wings, ready to take flight for the very first time. The dawn of new understanding. Excuse me. Yeah. Okay, I'm just doing this, sweetie. I'll come and see you in a sec. I love you. Okay. Come out and tell me. I can't hear you. Come out and tell. So, sorry, that's my 3-year-old. He needs to talk to me. He's got something to tell me about a koala. I'm sorry for the interruption, but we just got to flow with things that come up. So I'll just wait for him to come. Sorry about this. Yes. Okay, we'll find something to do. Come and see the chicken.
I don't like tubbies.
Okay, just play with the chicken. Play outside for a little bit. Sorry. I'm going to carry on, sweetie. Oh, you play with your paper plane? Sorry. Okay, it'll be finished in a minute, sweetie.
No.
There's nothing else I can do. You can play out here.
No.
Okay, do you want to come and sit up?
Tubbies in Norway.
Yeah, I heard you, sweetie. There's nothing I can do about that, though. I'm sorry.
Just turn it off.
Okay.
Put the different one on.
Not right now, darling. You just play out here for a little.
No.
No. Do you want to say hi to everybody? Want to say hi?
No, that's not it.
Yeah, there's people watching. There are people watching. There's going to be lots of people watching.
That's you.
I know you can just see me. Sorry about this. I might have to do this in part 2. Okay, I'll be back. I'll be back in a flash and I'll read the rest of this card. Hi, Joe. I've got a 3-year-old boy here that needs me desperately. I'll do this in 2 parts. Okay, big love. He's a bit grumpy with me at the moment.